Charlotte Hornets. The first time ever, two brothers, him and Lonzo, selected in the top 5 of the NBA draft. Max, I'm starting with you here. Do you think MJ made the right choice with LaMelo?
Well, based on his track record, I can't imagine that he did. And let me just say, I wish LaMelo Ball the best. I think he reminds me a lot of his brother, only more ambidextrous, an even better passer, which is hard to be than Lonzo Ball. Really has star potential. He really does, based on what I've seen on like YouTube and stuff, right? But you can see it. It jumps off at you. His court vision. He has like genius passing ability. As I said, ambidextrously genius stuff, right? So I get it. But Michael Jordan, the only thing that surprises me is he drafted a guy who's not from North Carolina. Like, Michael Jordan's track record in the draft is awful. Jordan, the surprising thing is Michael Jordan is the Michael Jordan of bad owners. He's the greatest athlete in the history of world sports. And he's been awful in terms of identifying talent and then cultivating it once it's on the team. Like, what's he ever done? They're perpetually bad. So I'm rooting for LaMelo Ball. I see where the potential is, although his shot, from what I've seen, looks broken like his brother's. And he's not a defender. And he is not the most explosive athlete. So that's a lot of stuff to be worried about right away. And it's probably the reason the things I just mentioned, he didn't go first, because there's some stuff that jumps out at you. The biggest damning thing about LaMelo is that Jordan is the guy who took him as high as he did. He's been 0 for a billion, basically, as owner of the team.
For me, listen, I like the pick. I know that during COVID, obviously, you're not anticipating having fans in attendance, but let's face reality. LaMelo Ball, at least at this particular moment in time, is box office, his court vision. His basketball IQ is considered to be up there. He's 6'7", long wingspan. He anticipates things defensively. I think he needs to work on his shot. We understand that. And with Devontae Graham playing the way that he played last year, it could be something that could really, really work out for them. The question is going to be about Terry Rozier, who just arrived there last year in the sign and trade, and it was supposed to be his franchise. That's definitely not going to be the case now. It's going to be LaMelo Ball's until further notice, at least eventually. What I would say to you is this. There's nowhere to go but up. We know over the last 17, 18 years or so, the Charlotte Hornets have only made the playoffs 3 times. They've never been out of the first round. We understand what the situation is. Mitch Kupchak is now your GM, your guy making the basketball decisions. We know what his experience entails. So we'll see how that pans out. But in the end, if you're in Charlotte, you definitely needed some kind of box office attraction. And until further notice, that's exactly what LaMelo Ball is, which brings me to LaVar Ball, the Papa Ball, the father of LaMelo and Lonzo, LiAngelo, and these boys. Give credit where credit is due. He's got 2 of his sons drafted in the top 3. And who were the people who drafted them? Irvin Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan. This man has taken a lot of hits over the years, but let's call it what it is. Clearly loves his kids and clearly did a great job of marketing who they are and what they potentially bring to the table, because 2 of the greatest players that have ever played the game of basketball are responsible as franchises for overseeing the draft picks of 2 of his sons, both in the top 3. Lonzo number 2, LaMelo number 3. So I definitely think you got to give LaVar Ball some chops, even though he doesn't want that one-on-one matchup he proclaimed to want against Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan will still give it to him. We'll see. But in the end, in all seriousness, I like the pick for LaMelo because they keep talking about his playmaking ability and the box office appeal that he has. I think Charlotte needs something like that, and I understood where they were coming from.
Stephen A., first and foremost, let me go back to the last segment. I owe you an apology. I'm tripping. I'm on 2 hours of sleep. I don't know why I thought for a second Andrew Bogut talking about shooting. That was wrong. I meant to say more like a playmaker with setting screens and things of that sort. That's on me. Moving forward.
All right.
I will say this about LaMelo Ball. No, it happens, man. I'm on 2 hours of sleep, but it's all good. I think one of the things I like about LaMelo Ball, because I always haven't been on the train with LaMelo Ball. But one of the things I've been seeing from him is that there's something to be said about a guy being the third brother, right? There's something to be said about watching the way Lonzo treated him growing up, the way LiAngelo bullied him body-wise, physicality-wise growing up. And I would say that the style in which he plays, there is no better playmaker in the draft than LaMelo Ball. Being 6'7", the things he could do with the ball, I think, are outstanding. Now, there's a lot that comes along with that, but as Stephen A. alluded to, like, you have to put fans in the seats. At this juncture, I mean, he has 600,000 more IG followers than Zion Williamson. That's not the reason you draft him, but there's a lot that comes along with the high ceiling of the potential of LaMelo Ball. And look, Terry Rozier, you talked about him. That was Devontae Graham's team last year. You felt that. You saw that. So now you add playmaking ability to that. I felt like that was the right move for Michael Jordan. I felt like that was the right move for LaMelo Ball. And granted, it's a smaller market team, but I think LaMelo Ball is going to shine. I still think he is probably the best pro prospect there was in this draft.
Hey, Max, before you chime back in here, Jay, let me give you. Hold on, Max. I'm going to give it to you. I just wanted to let Jay know, if you know, as somebody who's very, very experienced with getting 2 hours sleep, English breakfast tea with some honey and some milk works wonders. Just want to let you know that. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.